Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 with another episode of the Chem Lock League, and here are your favorites for Season 4 of the Favorites franchise and Season 7 of the Chem Lock League. We've already run through 6 seasons, 3 with the Outlaws, now 3 with the Favorites. We're starting Season 7 overall, and bad taste in our mouth after the end of last season, as we had the best record in the Yang Conference and we got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs against the Protectors. So we have something to prove. I would say we did make some changes to this team, but before we take a look at what this roster is going to be for Season 4 of the Favorites franchise, I want to do a little bit of a recap. Let's go back and take a look at where we've come from since this franchise started. As we go back to Season 1, we did our shuffle draft. We got our ace and Asher Garcia, and things did not go very well. Completely derailed this season. I appreciate any of you that watched what happened in Season 1. We went 3-13. It was abysmal. Things did not look good, and it was not a good start for us. So kind of threw me off, especially after 3 straight championship appearances from the Outlaws. We shifted over to the Favorites, and things did not go well for us at all. So we started to retool. We made some adjustments, and in Season 2, we had a huge improvement, 6 more wins than we had the year prior. But unfortunately, it was not enough in the season standings. We just missed the playoffs, sitting on the outside looking in when it came to run differential, and that tiebreaker went to the Rippers. So for 2 straight years, no playoffs for the Favorites, no playoff baseball for us. So Season 3, I really wanted to commit to going all in, so I spent pretty much every dollar we had in our budget, and I picked a team that I wanted to make sure went all in, and we found success. We ended up going 11-5 with the best record in the Yang Conference, like I said earlier, by a wide margin, 2 games over any other team in the Yang Conference. But unfortunately, this was our first taste of playoff baseball, and for a lot of these players, they didn't know what they were getting into, and that showed, because in that bracket, you'll see we barely scored any runs. Honestly, we only scored in 1 game, and that was between, I believe, 2 innings across those 3 games, and those 18 innings. We only scored in 2 of them. And of course, that's not going to be conducive to a successful playoff run, and that's why we got knocked out by the Protectors. The Rippers went on to sweep them and then got beat by the Dirt Dogs, and that catches you up to where we are. So what did I do? Based on the team last season that had 11 wins, how do you improve from there, and where do we start to fill in some of the holes that we had? Well, let's take a look at your favorites for Season 4, and a couple of returning faces. If you're not familiar, we brought in Aaliyah Sesame 2 years ago. Her ace exterminator trait, along with her solid arm, make her one of the most reliable catchers in the league. Really good defender, cheap, reasonably and affordable defender, and Muhammad McCormick with that cannon arm trait has been really great to spell Aaliyah from time to time. Our first baseman, Tiger Gray, was a all-star in Season 2. Did not make it last year, but he has been such a great player for us. Good table setter and a really great defender at first. Recently started playing left field as well, and we might be leveraging him there from time to time. RJ Solomon, one of our backup guys and our primary DH for most of this, most of last year, along with Cora Bobbert, who did not return. RJ is probably going to be helping us out quite a bit, not only off the bench as a bat, but also as a first baseman, maybe when we push Tiger to left field. So we'll see how that plays out. We also have Vic Cantu. We brought him in just price-wise and also because of the chemistry situation that we were in. Has ace exterminator, really solid speed. He is a aging vet, but I'm hoping that that experience he brings to the table is something that we can utilize, especially as a switch hitter. So we'll be seeing what he can bring to the table for us. Of course, we have Jack Mars. He's been here since the start of our franchise, our core second baseman, one of the best players in the league. He did not have a great season last year. It was fine, but definitely not up to Jack Mars standards, especially from Season 1. Season 1, Jack Mars, through that 3-13 season, was wonderful for us. He's slowed down a bit, but he has taken a back seat to some of the other offensive weapons on this team. And while I would rather him be the leader, I'll take what I can get from him. Fernanda Branch has been here from the beginning as well, and you probably recognize her from her time with the Outlaws as well. She was an all-star last year. She really stepped up for us with a few clutch hits, a couple of walk-off wins for Fernanda, and even supplying a little bit of pop off the bat. And that's something we're going to keep relying on from her, is solid defense and support from the offensive side. We don't need her to rely on her 100%, but we love what we can get out of her. Next, we have Teodoro Powell. I'm going to call him Teddy Powell as a nickname, but he is coming in as a rookie, I believe. No, he had 2 years with the Dirt Dogs. Quiet start to his career. He does have that super low contact rating, which has me very concerned. But as we move on from Sullivan Reddier, we went with a younger option, an incredible defender. But what we need to see is maybe that contact get a little bit higher and see if he runs into a few. Sullivan was not the player we needed him to be, unfortunately. And so as we move on, even if only we get his defense from him, I think it's going to be enough, and we don't need to rely on that bat either. We're going to be bringing in a brand new left fielder, so I'm sorry, but goodbye to Jonah Gonzalez. Makai Peterson comes in, and Makai was a couple of time All-Star, I believe. She has been really solid in her career, and that's something that we're going to be relying on that offense quite a bit. She lands herself right in the middle of this lineup now. And again, we are hoping for some really great numbers out of her this season. We also brought in Raiden Real. He's a rookie, I believe. Now we're going to keep checking everybody. Nope, he is a former dive bomber at 21. He's going to be more of a backup option, but he can be relied upon in left field, and he's got a decent contact rating off the bench. Juliana Wentz is our new center fielder. Juliana is coming in to replace Nick Wilkerson. Nick Wilkerson had all the pizzazz, but none of the actual execution, as he struggled mightily all season long. And I decided I'm going to save a little bit of money. We're going to get someone who's reliable in the outfield. And with that speed and the Steeler trait, maybe that's something we can capitalize from her off the top of the lineup here. So we'll see what we can do from her, who is a rookie. She is a rookie for us this year. We keep Dash Boyd. He's been reliable as just that bench defensive option, and also a great pinch runner, from time to time with that 98 speed. We're just lacking in that offensive department, and that's the only reason he is not our full-time starter. But he is continuing to develop, and we love to see that. Here's the MVP, Odin Thomas. He comes back for us, the Tier 2 bad ball hitter. He's incredible in all facets of the game. He struggled a bit in the playoffs last year, and that was probably the undoing for us. But I am excited to see what he does in his title defense year, as he was number 2 in the top 10, only behind his teammate Asher Garcia. There's the man, the myth, the legend, the 2-time Cy Young winner, MVP last year. He's back to spearhead our rotation and the centerpiece of this entire team. We need to get a championship for this man right here. He has worked so hard and is deserving of it. So let's hope that this is the season it happens. Victor Simmons will be back, the number 2, but a really solid ace behind Asher Garcia. We bring back Jess Trujillo, who pitched really well as a mercenary for us at the end of the last year. She got 2 starts for us, 1 at the end of the season and 1 in the playoffs, and she was phenomenal. 2 complete games for her, or what would have been if she didn't have to go into extras during the playoffs. And I'm hoping we can harness that and continue to bring it back for more this time. We have rookie Jackson Kahn. Nothing really standing out from him except for a little bit of potential and some flexibility. He can grow into being a great pitcher, but we're just doing this to kind of round out the rotation and find some affordable space here. Cairo Cohen, Emerson Bauer, and Jericho House are the core of our bullpen. Cairo, he had a few spot starts last year. We're hoping he doesn't have to be pulled into the rotation, and he can anchor that bullpen, along with Emerson Bauer, who had an incredible season last year. That Tier 2 clutch trait came in time and time again. We love to see that. And then Jericho House didn't get as much playing time as I would have expected, but he is continuing to grow. He's been here since the beginning with us as well as Cairo. We have brought in a couple of aging vets to round out the rest of this bullpen, especially since we were able to get them more affordable. That's Clint Brock at 35 and Rodrigo Harper, who I'm going to call Wild Thing, is our last arm in the bullpen. And yeah, look at that, 94 or 98 velocity, has an elite four-seam fastball at tier 3. We're going to see balls flying out of his hand and probably burning holes in Aaliyah Sesame and Muhammad McCormick's glove. Can't wait to see him get a spot start here, or I mean a chance to perform. The 30-year-old has 39 accuracy, which has me a bit concerned, but I'm going to imagine that some of these batters are going to be chasing what he's throwing. So we'll see how it plays out. But that is the team. We have 1, 2, 3. Let me try and do the math here. 4, 5 players that have been here since the start of this franchise. I believe I drafted Jack Mars, Fernanda Branch, Asher Garcia, I guess technically Jess Trujillo, but she has left for a little bit, so I won't count her. Cairo Cohen and Jericho House, I drafted all of them, and they are still here, but we need to get ourselves a playoff run. We need to get ourselves back to the playoffs, and we need to push for a championship, if for anybody else, for that core of 5. Now, today, we finally get into this schedule, and it's not going to be an easy one to start, as we will be heading to Golden Field. We have to face off against the Dive Bombers, and I'm not excited. I'm nervous about this matchup because we've seen it go down before. Reeve Blackwell and Asher Garcia, just absolute juggernauts going up against each other. And the first time they faced off against each other 2 seasons ago, Asher came out on top. Last year, Reeve came out on top, and now we're going to hopefully see this come in our favor to split that lifetime series. I believe I've set the lineup already at the end of the last video. So we have Juliana Wentz going to be in center field, followed by Tiger Gray, Odin Thomas, Jack Mars, Makai Peterson. We'll have Vic Cantu as the ace exterminator against Reeve Blackwell. We have Aaliyah Sesame, another ace exterminator. Then we have Teodoro or Teddy Powell at the number 8 spot, followed by Fernanda Branch. Last year's all-star for us is going to be in the 9th spot. So interesting decisions here, but we have a long lineup, and I'm just hoping our offense can sort things out. We're going to start with, you know what, let's do the alternate. I always think this one's fun. And let's head out to Golden Field. Night game. Oh, I love it under the stars at Golden Field. It really does feel like a movie sometimes, you know? It doesn't feel like real life out here at Golden Field when you're out there under the stars like this. Perfect weather and a super duper occasion as we are here for the home opener of the Dive Bombers. They were not able to make the playoffs as they tried to defend their championship run from season 2, but now they're looking for a little bit of redemption this year. Juliana Wentz getting her first at bat of her career, and it's not going to be an easy one against Reeve Blackwell, who gets ahead 0-2, and she chases but makes contact. It goes foul. She'll stay alive here 0-2, and she'll loft one up into right field. Easily playable and called by Evergreen Meal. I'm going to say Meal. Tiger Gray has had his experiences with Reeve Blackwell, and we're hoping he can use that familiarity to help him get on base. Tier 2 easy target still exists for Gray. Takes a first pitch strike and then grounds to second base. Former Outlaw and fan favorite Rock Quintana gets the grounder at second base for out number 2. And now MVP comes up to the plate, and you can hear some of the favorite fans chanting that as he walks up to the plate, takes a first pitch strike against Reeve, chases strike 2 low and in, and a base hit up the middle. He gets the off-speed pitch, he times it up, and we have a runner aboard. So early activity for the favorites here. Here comes our second baseman and fan favorite, Jack Mars. He'd love to hit one to Mars right here. First pitch, curveball drops into the zone. Little hack activates. Fastball low, and he pulls it foul. He's down 0-2. Little hack still activated. Ball high and away. We'll keep active on the little hack. He checks the swing, and now it's gone. 2-2 count with 2 outs. And he chases strike 3 low and in. Reeve Blackwell gives up a base hit, but gets a strikeout there. And we have the top of the first underway, and the favorites aren't able to do much. I'm not going to put all of my stake in what this team is going to be this year based on this performance against Reeve Blackwell. But of course, we want to win as many games as possible. Now here comes our ace and two-time MVP, Reeve Blackwell. You see that black glove, or I'm sorry, Reeve Blackwell. Asher Garcia, you see that black glove he's wearing. We decided last year after he got the MVP in the #1 spot that he was going to get the black glove treatment instead of the typical white glove treatment that MVPs get. You see Odin Thomas with that white glove that he's wearing. Rock Quintana, a former MVP back in season 1. You can see his white bat and white gloves. He has not been the same since that season, and we'll see what these two MVPs do against each other. Pulled foul there on the tier 2 off-speed pitch. 2-1 count, and that one's going to be dropped into the top of the zone, but push foul. Strike 3 called, and he doesn't even go back to his reliable elite changeup. Instead, he drops that curveball in, catches the bottom of the zone, and called looking is Rock Quintana. Now here comes Colin Cabrera. Colin has lost a step in his time in the league as he continues to get older, as that one goes to Teddy Powell for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3, go the Dive Bombers in the bottom of the first. And yeah, I think we're gearing up for quite the pitcher matchup between Blackwell and Garcia, which we've seen time and time again. Makai Peterson getting her first start as a favorite. Former All-Star. She takes a strike there, 1-1 count, and she'll pull one foul. As we saw her stats from previous seasons, she's been a perennial 300 average hitter. A little bit of pop in that bat from time to time. You see making good contact here, 1-2 count, and she'll, of course, strike out swinging on 101 miles an hour on the gun. So Reeve Blackwell was like, you're not getting one past me. You're going to swing and you're going to miss, and that's exactly what she did here. Ace Exterminator Vic Cantu, the veteran. We'll see what he can do against the flame-throwing Blackwell. Pulled early on that one. It's 1-2. And that'll be blooped, popped up into foul territory. That's going to get down to the dugout. And stoic faces of the favorites don't flinch at all. That ball going right at him. Checks his swing there, 2-2 count. And he swings through strike 3. So another strikeout for Reeve Blackwell, his third of the day through 5 batters. And Aaliyah Sesame will come up, another ace exterminator here. She's definitely prone to run into one from time to time, especially on the first pitch. She'll take it for a ball. She swings at that one and chases the slider. Fastball high, another chase, 1-2 count. Making contact, staying alive, dribbles a foul. A late swing there, and she just stays alive. Checks her swing there, 2-2 count. Leah will chase the curveball at the top of the zone, pops a foul. And another one, so good battle here from Aaliyah. Really working that pitch count for Reeve Blackwell. And honestly, that's what a lot of this team has done so far today. She does chase. And Blackwell strikes out the side. It was a good battle there, but she couldn't hold herself up on a pitch tempting out of the zone. And Blackwell gets a strikeout. Another former MVP, year 2 outlaw Tony Centercut. Just as Rock Quintana has not really been the same since we left the outlaw organization. Tier 2 fastball hitter, and he gets it there. I said it. That one's hit hard and deep to right center field, and that's going to get out of here. Asher really got himself confident there, thinking he could get the fastball by him. Definitely not his best pitch, and he makes a mistake. Tony Centercut makes him pay. And I think it was only a matter of time, as we've seemed to have gotten the better of both Tony and Rock Quintana in these recent years. A ground ball, diving play from Jack Mars, 30% chance for him to miss it. It keeps it in the infield, but that's going to be an infield single for Messiah Marino. And now here comes Lax McWally's. Tier 3 bunter, I don't know if he'll show. Average speed on first base, infield a double play depth, and he rips one into right center field. Gonna get down, gets past Odin Thomas up to the wall, heading into second base and sliding in just underneath the tag is McWally's, and we have runners on second and third, still nobody out. First three batters that Garcia has seen here in the second inning have all reached base, and now Rally Stopper will activate, something we don't see from Asher very often. He could use a big strikeout here. Infield is in. That one's popped up and foul out of play. 1-2 count. And there's a strikeout from Asher Garcia, so he gets a huge out, number one. He's not out of the woods just yet. Mila is how they'll pronounce it, which I don't always rely on the announcer's pronunciation, but I'll take that one in their home park. Evergreen Mila falls behind 0-2. And he takes strike three, so huge strikeout from Asher as he is doing his best to stop the rally. Now Franklin Pennington will come up with tier 2 high pitch. 2 outs, runners on second and third. Rally Stopper still activated. There's the changeup taken for strike one. Fastball grounded and shatters the bat, and Asher Garcia gets the out at first base. So huge recovery from Asher after an ugly start. Gives up a home run, a single, and a double, but does not allow a run to score. Now here comes Teddy Powell. Teddy, the young shortstop, not much contact, and yeah, he whiffs through one there. He's going to need to close his eyes and hope he runs into one with all that power. 1-1 count. He chases low and away. Reeve over 40 pitches already, and he chases outside. So that's probably the easiest strikeout Blackwell's going to have this year, or this game. Fernanda Branch comes up. Tier 2 contact versus righties activated. She's seen Reeve before. He's locked in right now. That offsets the half stamina he currently is working with. 2 quick balls, and Fernanda's in a good spot. She'll take a third ball. I'm assuming she's going to get the red light here, and she does with composed activated for Blackwell. Oh, that's a gift of a strike. 3-2. And she has to swing. She pops it up center field. McWally's under it. Out number 2. Leadoff woman Juliana Wentz comes back up. She popped out to right field last time. We're going to see if she can get on base as Blackwell's approaching 50 pitches. Here it comes. Ball high. 1-1 count for Wentz. There's that elite slider at tier 3. Fouling one off, it's a 1-2 count with 2 outs and does not chase low and in. Good block from Pennington. Strike 3 called, and Wentz goes down looking. It doesn't seem like anybody can get things going on the favorite offense, but we're wrapping around to the top for the second time. We'll see if we can get it in the next inning. Knox Dominguez gets his second at-bat. He's 0 for 1 today. He'll take a first pitch strike. He's wearing the sunglasses at night. And I heard that it was so he can. And I don't know what that means, but somebody can fill me in. He lines out to left field. Good play from Peterson. And now Rock Quintana will come up. He's 0 for 1. Again, tier 2 off-speed hitter. Also has tier 3 little hack. So, of course, another guy you have to be careful of. And he swings at the first pitch and lofts it into left field. Makai's been busy this inning. 2 outs, and Colin Cabrera comes up 0 for 1 today. He's lost a couple of traits, but he still has incredible contact and solid power. Takes a first pitch strike, a ball inside. Trying to catch the corner with that changeup. Throws another one, and this one's fouled back. 1-2. And Colin will pop up into shallow right center field. Who's going to get to it? It's going to be Jack Mars. As that ball hung up for a little too long, and it's a 1-2-3 third. So good recovery from Asher Garcia after a couple of rough spots there. We'll see how he responds to that part of the lineup next time out. Tiger comes up 0 for 1 today. Again, tier 2, easy target, and a first pitch grounder to Rock Quintana. Second time he's done that today. 1 out quickly for Odin Thomas. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Great start in his defense of his MVP campaign, and Blackwell's trying to prevent that from happening. 0-2. Ball high. popped up. That's going to be playable, but in foul territory, who's going to get to it? It's going to be Messiah Marino. He'll catch that for out number 2. 2 down, nobody on for Jack Mars. This has been a quick inning for Reeve Blackwell against the 2-3-4 hitters so far. 2 quick outs and a ball way high. Over 60 pitches is Blackwell. He is still locked in, so that's helping quite a bit here. Dive Bombers up 1-0, and Jack will get a base hit up the middle. Reeve almost got his glove onto it, and I think if he does, it might have deflected over to Rock Quintana. But instead, we have a runner on first with 2 outs for okay, they just called her Meek Peterson, and I'm not going to call her that, I don't think. I'm going to go with Mackay. Pulls first one pitch foul. Great speed at first base, infield guarding the lines. Pop foul again, and she's down 0-2. Oh, she chases the curveball. Strike 3 swinging. Ends the inning. The 2-out single does not get past first base, and the favorites are still down 1-0 here as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Tony center cut, 1-for-1 with the home run. The only run of the game so far, and so Asher has to be very careful. Starts with the fastball, doesn't get him to chase. Ball inside on the change. Quickly 2-0 to Tony. There's a curveball, and it's pulled foul. Another curveball drops in, and it's a 2-2 count, and changeup gets him. This one's lofted into foul territory. It's going to get down. So he gets another chance, and he swings through the fastball. So I don't think he was expecting the fastball again, and this time the mind games for Masher Garcia lead to a strikeout. Now Messiah Marino had a base hit in his last at-bat. Tier 2 easy target. I think he swung at the first pitch. Even 1-1 count here for Asher. Gets the changeup for a strike. Here's the 45th pitch of the day. It's just inside, called a ball. And this one's going to get down into center field. Wentz cuts it off, gets it in quickly, and it's another single for Marino. His second of the day. And now McWally's comes up. He had a huge double in his last at-bat. So 1 out, runner on first, infield a double play depth. Lacks very fast, so he has to, the infield has to turn quickly if they're going to get this double play. Grounder foul. 1-2 count. Changeup way high. It's taken. And there's going to be an outside pitch that's pulled foul. And a grounder to second. Jack over to Powell, over to first, not in time. And yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. It's a very slow roller, and Jack with a nice transfer. Powell with a great throw, but McWally's down the line is too hard to get. And there's the off-speed throw down to second, not in time. Good slap from Powell, but it was just bad timing on that off-speed pitch. And this one's hit hard into deep right field. Odin Thomas will get to that one to end the inning. Holy moly, that got too close. Giving up a base hit and a fielder's choice. McWally steals a base to get into scoring position, and they just about got another run on the board, but instead it's going to go to the top of the 5th. Favorites still down 1-0. Everything can change with one swing of the bat. And pop up into foul territory. Knox Dominguez is going to chase it down. There's a lot of room over there in foul territory on the first and third base side. 1 out for Leah Sesame, 0-for-1. She had a great battle in that last at-bat before striking out. 69th pitch on the way. It's taken for a strike. And Aaliyah pulls it foul, and she's down 0-2. And she hits one hard, but got underneath it. Carrying, though, okay, it is going to die right up against the warning track as, oh, shit, I already forgot how they pronounced it. Mila, that's right, Mila. 70 pitches, and Powell comes up, who struck out on 3 pitches pretty much. Swings through that one for a strike. Blackwell getting very tired, but still locked in. Powell gets a hold of one, but it's going to go foul. Now is a moment for him. 1-2 count. And he gets a fastball. Oh, he's just ahead of it. And that one had all of the home run distance, but it's pulled foul. And he gets this one down the left field line. That's going to get fair into the corner. Cutting it off is Tony center cut. He gets to it quickly. He uses that speed. Not the best fielder in the world, but it's going to be a A 1-out single, or I'm sorry, a 2-out single for Teddy Powell. His first hit as a favorite, and Blackwell gets pulled for the pitcher, or the closer, Catalina Clark. Four-seam in the curveball. She has great velocity, putting that one at 96. Decent junk, but poor accuracy. And Fernando with tier 2 contact versus righties. Runner on first is Reeves' responsibility, but it's going to be a grounder to second. Rock Quintana had to wait for Marino to get back to the bag as the ball was hit in between them, and Marino drifted quite a bit. Clark did not come from the pitcher's mound to cover first, but all of that to happen for nothing because it ended up being a ground out to second anyways. But Reeve Blackwell's out of this game. Bottom of the 5th now, and Asher Garcia is still going strong despite giving up the 1 home run. And I say that, this ball's hit into left field. Dive! Wentz does not dive for it. As a rookie, she's probably playing it safe as it ends up being just a single, a leadoff single. And Franklin Pennington will come up 0 for 1. High pressure now. And Asher Garcia is at neutral mojo, approaching 60 pitches, and gives up another base hit, cut off by Wentz. Runner heading from first to third and will make it in time. So rally stopper will activate for Asher as he finds himself in a tough spot, wrapping to the top of the order for the 3rd time. Max pressure, and we're going to go to Emerson Bauer. This is the right call. Runners on first and third are Asher's responsibility. Emerson was one of the best pitchers in the league last year. Gets a strike there. Tier 2 clutch. 4-pitch reliever. She gets a pop foul there. A 2-2 count, infield in. Enters strike 3. Huge strikeout for Emerson Bauer. And now she has to face off against a former MVP in Rock Quintana. The fans chanting, we will rock you. And he gets the off-speed pitch. That's deep right field. That's way out of here. Both former Outlaw MVPs get a home run in this game, and it's looking like that's all she wrote here for the favorites. The home opener for the Dive Bombers, and you can hear the fans are going crazy. They're stomping their feet in the stadium. We will rock you. And it's 4-0 Dive Bombers. Emerson Bauer runs into a mistake pitch, and she gives another one here to deep center field. But that one's going to be playable for Juliana Wentz, out number 1. 3 total runs are the responsibility of Asher Garcia in his debut this season. And, oh man, diving attempt from Tiger Gray, and it bounces off his glove, ricochets into right field. Tony Center cuts aboard for the 2nd time today. Josiah Marino, 2 for 2 today. His tier 2 easy target. Emerson is tense. 2 outs. Pop foul there. I mistakenly said the fly out to center was the 2nd out. That one just lands fouled on the 3rd base line, thank God. 0-2. And a grounder. What a play from Tiger Gray. He dives and catches it on a line right over the first base bag. And that ends the inning, but 3-run homer from Rock Quintana stretches the lead to 4 here. And while they were able to get to our ace, we were not able to do anything against Reeve Blackwell. And now we're facing off against their closer. 2 pitches, 2 balls, and a ground ball down the 3rd base line. Good hustle from Juliana Wentz. She gets an infield single, her first hit of her career, and good hustle. She's now on first with tier 2 stealer. Great arm behind the plate. I don't know who wins out here. And Clark will first pitch foul. Tiger, you know what to do here, dude. 0 for 2 today. He takes a ball outside. 2-1 count. And he'll dribble to short. Deacon Cannon over to Rock Quintana. Not able to turn the double play. It's a ground ball, fielder's choice. Wentz didn't attempt to steal once in that at-bat. And she's out at second. Infield at double play depth with 1 out. We now have Odin Thomas coming up 1 for 2 with a single. And he pops up foul territory. Knocks Dominguez trying to chase it down. And it is going to hang up. Oh, what a frustrating at-bat. Former MVP pops up at a foul territory in the top of the sixth with one out. We're down to our last out. We're down by 4. We have a runner on first for Jack Mars, 1 for 2 with the single. First pitch foul. Over 15 pitches here is Clark, and she is getting tired quickly. 1-1 count. We could capitalize, but instead we'll chase, and Little Hack activates 1-2. Lofted into right field. That's going to hang up, and that's going to end the ball game. Mila gets the catch, and the Dive Bombers do what they did last year, and they beat us up in the first game of the year. We lose 4-0. 4 runs on 8 hits for the Bombers. No runs on 4 hits for the favorites, and Reeve Blackwell gets the best of us once again. Offensively for us, we had base hits from Wentz, Thomas, Mars, and Powell. All singles. No other base running traffic, and I don't think anybody got past first base. Dive Bombers have a 3-run homer from Rock Quintana, 2 for 3 day from Tony Centercut, including the game-winning home run early in this ball game. 2 hits for Marino, double from McWally's, and Mila and Pennington both with base hits and scoring a run on that home run from Rock Quintana. Asher gets the loss. He goes 4 innings, giving up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 1 home run. That was to Rock Quintana. 2 of the 3 runs he allowed were off of the home run that Emerson Bauer allowed to Rock Quintana. She goes 1 inning, giving up 2 hits in that home run, striking out 1. So that's what our team looks like. Just disappointing across the board. Reeve Blackwell, no surprise here. 4 2/3. He gets the win, giving up only 3 hits and 7 strikeouts. Clark comes in, gets the save, 1 1/3, giving up 1 hit. She's not an impressive closer, but I think that the team's morale was already down by the time Reeve left. And Rock gets the number 1 spot, Reeve number 2, and Tony number 3. So that's frustrating to look at. But that's how our season starts. Hey, that's how our season started last year, and we ended up making the playoffs. So I'm not writing us off just because of the lack of success here against Reeve Blackwell, but it definitely doesn't make me feel good because we're going to see better pitchers like that throughout the season and in the playoffs, and we need to figure out how to capitalize, and we didn't here. Not even close. This a lot of loyalty dropping here from 2 players that didn't even show up today. I'm probably going to knock RJ because he's a good batter. That's literally all he does. Dash Boyd is a good defender, and we want to keep his loyalty up, and I don't want to knock it even lower than the 82 it's already at. So I'm sorry, RJ. You will notice we have $800,000 in surplus, and we have $400,000 in PDO funds. So that means we are likely not going to be able to do anything from a development standpoint this season. But again, this is a all-in make or break season for us. Skimmers drop 2, and they fall behind us in the standings. And as we take a look at what happened since that game ended, development for RJ, we're not going to do that. We couldn't afford it anyways. And +3 junk for Jess Trujillo. Love to see the 29-year-old developing for us. I will peek here. I don't think there's anything we can afford, nor is there anything I think we would want to get right now. Actually, I'd love to do this one for Jackson, but we'll not be able to afford that. I'm not going to pay for this one for Dash. Wentz, we won't be able to afford that. Aaliyah, we're not going to do that one. No, and that's going to be it for development options. So, honestly, this just kind of, it sucks. Honestly, it just sucks. And we have to face off against the Rippers next time. I would say that of all the teams in our division, I don't know, but the Rippers seem to piss me off more than anything else. Maybe it's the fact that they have Forrest Ponce and Marv Panther, who have both done a lot to beat us up after they were awful for us. I don't know. They also have Kellen Kirk, who we brought in one year for the Outlaws, and he was awful. So that was really frustrating. But yeah, there's not much else to say right now. There's nobody in the there's nobody here that really warrants being considered to be brought in. I do like, Avery Connor and Waldo Hope from last year, but I don't know if we'll ever be able to afford them with our team so tightly set up the way that they are, but we'll keep an eye on that. Actually, I think Waldo Ho right now, yeah, he's just a little bit more than what we could afford for Clint Brock here. But maybe that's something we consider if he does drop into that range, because that would be a nice little bump. And I'd feel a little bit better with an extra solid pitch in there. Although another elite four-seam fastball seems a little excessive in this bullpen right now with both House and Harper. So, anyways, that's where we will leave things for today. A frustrating loss to Reeve Blackwell and the Dive Bombers. Next time out, we'll see if Victor Simmons can get a big victory against the Rippers, against Kellen Kirk, and locked in Forrest Ponce, who had a home run in the first game of his or of the season for the Rippers. So, anyways, that's what we'll see next time out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye, everybody.